Oh, man. Guys, I don't know if you saw this hilarious situation that happened last night between Bryson Rogers, the four-star wide receiver commit for Ohio State, and Michigan's wide receiver coach. So, we know the past 3 days, the class of 2023, it's been nothing short of epic for Ohio State, landing back-to-back 5 stars, and then Noah Rogers, who might be a 5-star in his own right. Ohio State currently sitting with 4 2023 receiver commits, and you would think Bryson Rodgers, who is quote-unquote ranked the lowest out of any of the commits, with the other guys committing, maybe he'll start looking around, maybe he'll want to flip from Ohio State. So that's kind of how this story happened. It says Bryson Rodgers reaffirms commitment to Ohio State after receiving texts from Michigan wide receiver coach, and Bryson Rodgers actually tweeted this out. He since deleted it. I understand why he deleted it. You don't want to make this stuff public. I mean, it's a private conversation, but this is a teenager, and it's just hilarious. Let's be honest. He says, well, Michigan and their staff must not get the memo that I am committed to The Ohio State University. The wide receiver coach is a prime example here, shown below. And you can see, looks like Michigan's wide receiver coach texted him twice yesterday. What's going on, B? Again, I think that's just him, seeing that Ohio State landed Brandon Inniss, Carnell Tate, and then Noah Rogers, and he's thinking maybe Bryson Rogers, who, again, is the lowest ranked commit out of those 4. This is Michigan's wide receiver coach thinking maybe he might flip, maybe he might look around. He doesn't like that Ohio State has all these receivers in their 2023 class. But guys, I said it yesterday, Bryson Rogers is an absolute elite recruiter. He's holding this 2023 class together for Ohio State because you have to think about it. Normally, the QB drives the bus when it comes to the recruiting classes, and Ohio State's in a unique spot right now in 2023 where they don't have a quarterback in the class. That's due to a number of factors, the main one being Dylan Raiola already being committed as the number 1 overall prospect in 2024, and then you also have Devin Brown from the class of 2022. 2023, it's very hard to recruit a quarterback when you sign elite ones in 2024 and 2022, but that might all change. Everyone is wondering, the 3 receivers commit for the class of 2023. The receiver room is done. It's set. As long as nobody decommits, with Noah Rogers, Brandon Inniss, Carnell Tate, and Bryson Rodgers, then we certainly don't expect any of those guys to decommit. That is the receiver class in 2023. It's done. It's wrapped up. Brian Hartline with the best receiver class already in the country. And it's June right now. That's just how amazing of a recruiter Brian Hartline is. But everyone's saying, who is the next commit for the class of 2023? The 2 guys I would watch, and this is according to my number 1 source, Austin Novasad, the Baylor commit, is making his decision within the coming week. He's also participating in the Elite 11 competition, so this is a guy that's already a major stock up guy in terms of his overall recruiting ranking, and if he plays well in the Elite 11, he could be a top 100 overall prospect, and he is deciding right now between do I stay with Baylor and possibly get that early playing time as a true freshman, or do I test my luck, flip my commitment to Ryan Day, and compete against Dylan Raiola, compete against Devin Brown. That is Austin Novasad's decision right now. We expect a decision to come within the next week. And then the other guy to watch for the class of 2023, according to an early morning phone call I had with my number 1 source, the other guy to watch, not many people are going to think about this, Calvin Simpson Hunt, who is a cornerback prospect right now committed to Texas Tech. You know, Texas Tech's done a really nice job getting commits on the recruiting trail. Simpson Hunt situation is really interesting. He committed to Texas Tech and then kind of blew up after, and now he's got all the major programs chasing him, but he recently made a visit to Ohio State this past weekend, and he is currently on flipped watch within the next coming weeks for Ohio State. Guys, major recruiting weekend for the Buckeyes, and the two huge prospects I'm watching, it's going to be Caleb Downs, and I think at this point with Caleb Downs, at worst, I've said this a few times before, at worst, Ohio State goes into this visit with Caleb Downs as the co-leader with Alabama, and we expect Ohio State to absolutely lock Caleb Downs down going into the dead period. We expect him to announce in July. And this is a major last step. Ohio State's done such an amazing job recruiting Caleb Downs. Very unique situation where Ohio State is looking very good for a prospect from the state of Georgia, the safety. So the worst case scenario for Ohio State is they are tied for the lead, and Caleb Downs has only one official visit left, and it's to Ohio State. Really, really good news with Caleb Downs. And then the other guy also from Georgia that Ohio State can make a major news on. This is breaking from my number one source. It is Justice Haynes, the superstar running back, the top 60 overall recruit. And he's a guy that it was looking like he was trending heavily towards Georgia, but he is absolutely open-minded about Ohio State. The Ohio State running back recruiting dynamic, they are in desperate need of an absolute elite recruit in 2022. No disrespect to Mark Fletcher, but you're looking for that elite guy, and that's what Justice Haynes is. In 2023. In 2022, you sign one running back, that's fine. You're coming off getting Trevion Henderson and Evan Pryor. 2023, you got to sign a big name. The Richard Young thing, it's unfortunate. Everyone thinks he's a silent commit to Alabama. They won't let him visit Ohio State. That ship has sailed. Justice Haynes might be the last hope for Ohio State to sign an elite running back. So this is a major, major visit, and there is a legitimate chance Ohio State can make a major move for Haynes. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to the 2023 class. I saw an interesting story about a four-star recruit deciding between Michigan and Michigan State, and apparently he was trending towards Michigan, but he got really pissed because some of the recruiting insiders were leaking that he was trending to Michigan, that he was going to commit to Michigan. So, I mean, listen, I do not want to leak or spoil these kids' decisions, the kids that come to Ohio State. So that's not what I want to do, but it's just an interesting situation with Michigan where it looks like a kid's going to Michigan. One of their insiders is saying he's a lock for Michigan, and then the kid gets really pissed. And now, I mean, I don't know if that's going to affect his recruitment. You would hope it wouldn't, but I think it just goes to the whole thing. Like, these kids really want fans guessing. It gets them more clicks, things like that. I totally get it. But for Ohio State, the main recruiting dynamics in the class of 2023, it's a huge, huge weekend. We're all interested. We're all intrigued. The Caleb Downs visit is massive. Ohio State is looking to lock him down this weekend. And then Austin Novasad and Kelvin Simpson Hunt are the two guys that are both on flip watch for Ohio State in the class of 2023. And then the class of 2024, Dylan Raiola leading that, the absolute superstar quarterback. The thing that people don't realize with Ohio State recruiting, the Dylan Raiola situation where you have a superstar quarterback committed this early has never happened for Ryan Day. Devin Brown was late in the process. CJ Stroud was late in the process. This is the first time Ohio State is going to have a superstar number one overall QB spearhead and lead a class. So not only do you have Dylan Raiola recruiting all of these 2024 elite wide receivers, you've also got the best recruiter in college football, Brian Hartline, recruiting these wide receivers. So Ohio State's 2024 wide receiver class, it's going to be nothing short of ridiculous for a number of reasons, but it's Brian Hartline, it's Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola, there's like Carnell Tate, and some of these 2023 receivers were talking about Dylan Raiola and how good he is, and he's not even in their class. So Dylan Raiola is having a huge effect on Ohio State recruiting right now. It is crazy, and guys, we have an absolute breaking story that we're not going to break right now. I'm going to come out with an official announcement. My number one source is on the ground in Austin, Texas. We have a story that's going to absolutely change college football that we will very likely be dropping on the 4th of July. It's going to be a 4th of July bombshell, and I'm going to make a video kind of hyping it up and things like that, but this is going to change college football forever. And my number one source right now is doing crazy work in Texas. He's being threatened. It's really bad, but we have a major, major announcement, and I'm going to be given the full go-ahead by my number one source to fully announce what is going on right now in the state of Texas. It is breaking. It is huge. It will be brought to you on the 4th of July. It's an absolute bombshell, guys, but Ohio State, I'm also going to be doing an Ohio State class prediction after these visits. I want to wait for these visits to happen, and then when we go into the dead period, I'll be doing my class prediction. It's a major weekend for Ohio State. There's a lot of kids on campus, but guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.